What is up, gamers? It's Will, 777JP, back at it again with another one. Welcome to another episode of the State of Gaming podcast. And today, I am accompanied by my lovely co host, Mr. Nelson Gaming Culture. Nelson, how are you? Are you still alive? Did you get back from the weekend
Yeah,
away at your
I'm
boyfriend's house?
exhausted. Yeah, I was at my boyfriend's house.
It's
He's also my boss.
fucking awesome. How was your weekend?
Good, went fast. Kids got to ride some four-wheeler this weekend, and yeah, there was a pit bike too, but the brakes broke on it, so I wouldn't let them ride it, but I did. And they're like, "Why can't we ride it?" I'm like, "Cause I trust myself riding with no brakes, cause I never use them anyways." But you, whole different story.
Facts. And even trusting myself is a complicated thing. When I was in Iraq, when we got deployed, I was stationed in this little base where it was us and Special Forces Green Beret, and our job there was just one platoon was there, us, and then a platoon of Special Forces, and our job literally was to pull security in this little fob. I mean, this thing was no bigger than like 50 yards, like a football field or half a football field. Do the maintenance on the vehicles, pull security, and do the cooking and cleaning. Like literally, that was it. And we did that for about a month. And the special forces guys had a little dirt bike that was, or they had two dirt bikes. One of them was working good. The other one was kind of busted, but they let us have them because we let them borrow one of our Humvees for one of their missions, and they're like, "Yeah, just have the fucking dirt bikes, dude." I got on that thing, and I almost killed myself. I almost fucking decapitated myself, and ever since then, I haven't touched a fucking dirt bike. I've been that scared for that experience. But yeah, man, they're a lot of fun. But I definitely understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, especially hanging out with special forces at school. I was attached to them for 2 months, and my job was me and Big Rig. We were attached to third group, I think it was, and we drove around with them, and we would set up their temporary fobs because we were equipment operators. So I'd push up the berms, and then we'd all pull security, and then they'd be like, I go to shave, and they're like, hey, you got to shave with us. I'm like, well, I'm not SF. They're like, you're with us. You can do whatever we want.
Yeah,
They're bringing out beer and shit. And I'm like, they got four-wheelers. I'm like, bro,
yeah.
these guys do whatever the fuck they want. They're like, yo,
Oh
you got
yeah,
to join. When you get back, sign up. We'll get your recommendation in.
sure.
Like, I don't want to. I thought about it, man, but I think they wanted like 6 or 8 years. It was
Oh
80
yeah,
grand though. But
oh
I
yeah.
was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of commitment.
Yeah, they definitely want that commitment for it from you. Yeah, I knew
Yeah,
that
because
they'd
you go
be.
to school for 2 fucking years before you even
Oh yeah, minimum.
get your stripes. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew they were badass when, like, on my third or fourth, or our platoon third or fourth day there, one of the dudes was re-enlisting, and they set up this whole re-enlisting like fucking ceremony, and they set up two fucking like 50-gallon drums of fucking diesel, one on each side. Fucking blew it up while the Apache flew over, fucking firing the fucking little minigun. Um, while they're all waving the American flag, I'm like, dude, just for us to shoot a bullet, you know how much paperwork we got to do just to go to the
Yeah, I know.
range?
Every round's got to get turned in. That's another thing. They had raided fucking this one place and they got all these RPGs and shit. We were just shooting them at mountains for the shit of it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I could never get away with this.
yeah,
We're
I
just
know.
they're drinking Budweisers and shooting off fucking blowing shit up for shits and giggles. Like
Yeah,
they
I
just
was
don't
in
have rules.
we were in country, like, in I think it was 2008, whenever the Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl, and they actually, not the special forces guys, but my unit commander actually allowed us to drink two beers um during the Super Bowl party. So there was a special platoon that got selected to pull, or a special unit that got selected to pull security, and we watched the Super Bowl. We got to each drink two beers. I picked a Guinness and a Heineken, not because I love them, but because those were the highest alcohol content. And I'll tell you what, after not drinking anything for like, I don't know, seven
Oh, I
months, dude,
know.
I was fucked up.
When I got back from deployment, they were like, first thing they said was, "Don't drink like you're used to drinking. You're not." And I fucking polished a whole bottle of Jägermeister in like 20 minutes. I'm like, I don't feel a damn thing. I don't feel a damn thing. I don't know what you're all talking about. 20 minutes later, I was naked in my bathtub, and I woke up like 30 hours later.
Yep, that's deployment for you. But sorry for the personal chat, personal conversation chat. But welcome to the State of Gaming podcast. I see a whole bunch of you guys filed right in. Look, me and Nelson, we're happy to be here today and talk gaming. I have a couple topics that I definitely want to go over with you guys. One of them is going to be Todd Howard came out of his fucking hole this week and actually talked about Fallout and Elder Scroll. Is it Elder Scroll?
Yeah.
Elder Scroll, and a couple other situations with their IP. We're also gonna talk a little bit about Xbox physical games because I've been seeing people with some hopes and misconceptions in regard to Xbox and them doing physical, and I just want to bring up some points that have happened in the recently and see if your hopes and dreams still kind of fall in place. And I also want to talk about Nintendo. Nintendo is finally doing something consumer friendly. No way, no way, but they are. Question is, are they doing it from the bottom of their heart because they love you or because they were forced to? So we got that to talk about and a couple more different things. I definitely want to get into gaming with Nelson and find out what he's been playing, what he's looking forward to, especially with the busy time coming up here in the month of August, where we're going to start getting slammed with brand new video games, a lot of them physical, and also a few of them sold out. So we'll definitely talk about those so you can keep an eye out on what to look forward to if you are a physical gamer trying to get yourself a copy of these games. Before we get started, I also want to do a little housekeeping and a couple announcements. First things first, the channel last night hit 6,000 subscribers. Yay! Thank you guys so much for the support, man. We just hit 5,000 last week, and we already at 6K. It is incredible the support you guys have been showing, but it also shows that you guys care about physical games. You know what I mean? The growth isn't accidental; it is purposeful, and I'm so glad that I found 1,000 new friends that care about the medium as much as we do, and it is exciting. We are already at 6,200 as of today, as of right now. So we gained another 200 subscribers in the last 8 hours or so. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I posted my Will It Play with No Internet Halo Campaign Evolve Edition yesterday. Look, man, I posted that video at 11 p.m. last night, and it's already reaching 16,000 views. It is incredible. So we're definitely going to talk about that video in specific because that is what you are. This is this Halo campaign Evolve. Will it play with no internet? Is showing you what your future is going to look like if PlayStation becomes the all digital beast that they want to become. So we're definitely going to go over that. But hey, what's up, Enrique? ¿Cómo estás? What's up, Scorns? How you doing? Tal Geezy. And I see official Scorn just became a member. Wow. Shout out to you, the official Scorns. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think you start off with a PS1 picture. Or no, you start with my first console ever, which was a Super Nintendo. And as you elevate in months, you will upgrade. For example, Talgizi is in month 3, so he's got a PS3 next to his picture. And then RPG's been with us for 10 months, so he's got a PS5 little picture next to his, which is the highest tier. So welcome, Uscorn. And mind you, now that you are a member, you have access to all my videos. I have videos up until the end of July already recorded, uploaded to YouTube, that if you are a member, you can watch those and you don't have to wait for them to release individually how I got them scheduled. So thank you so much, Corn. That will help support the channel. Um, and we got Talgeezy in the house as well. Thank you, Talgeezy, for being a member. RPG, of course. What is up, Thrifty? I invited Thrifty to come on through, and he said, "Fuck you. I'll get back to you." He never did, but hopefully he can come in next time or today if he's got the time. Vicious 556, how you doing, bro? Thank you so much for showing up. Ladell, of course. Ladell, Thank you so much for showing up, dude. Liddell is part of our Discord. I'm going to put the link to our Discord in the chat in just a second and pin that comment. Come hang out with us, man. Talk gaming all day. Also, I will give you a warning. If you have thin skin, if you get offended easily, don't sign up, okay? Or not sign up, but don't join. All right. I don't want you saying, oh, my pussy hurts. None of that. We are all adults in there, but we do talk gaming and we have people of all flavors, all colors. It's a beautiful thing in there. So come through, hang out. You don't gotta pay anything. And it's a way for you to speak directly to me or Nelson, but probably me, because I'm the cooler one. Um Liddell, so thank you for
Debatable.
that. RPG 88. We can have that talk. I am way more handsome than you. Um,
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not when you're wearing those cool sunshades though. Mm,
Yeah, I look sexy with the Bret Hart sunglasses.
yeah. So thank you guys. So that's a couple of the house cleaning. Once again, thank you so much for the 6,000 subscriber. You guys are amazing. And a huge shout out to everybody who's watched my Will It Play Halo edition on the PS5. We're already reaching 16K views in less than 24 hours. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Let's see if this video will top out my highest viewed video, which has reached 30, almost 40,000 views in less than 2 weeks. So let's see if we can get it to that. But either way, welcome to the State of Gaming on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday evening. And I'm excited to talk gaming with you guys. But first, let me introduce my co host, Mr. Nelson Gaming Culture. Nelson, how have you been? I know you've been touching grass this weekend, but
I've been touching grass all fucking summer.
that's true. That is very true. Did you play any games this week while you were on your routine, like going to work,
I,
coming home?
I did. I didn't go to the gym this week because I had to get kids up early for wrestling practice too. So my 5 6 hours of sleep would have been 2 to 3 hours of sleep, which just wasn't gonna cut it. So
Yeah. So what you play?
so I played Toxic Commando.
Oh, what you think about it?
I enjoy it. I think it's better than Back for Blood, similar type of game,
Yeah.
but I don't know. People talk shit about Focus Man, but I think they make solid,
So
let's
do
say,
I.
7 to 8.5 games.
So do I.
They're not gonna win Game of the Year. They're not fucking panty droppers, but they make good, solid, fun games.
So do I.
I'd say
I
the
agree.
closest. But they got a couple games that are really close to like Game of the Year type. So like Space Marine 2 and the entire the Requiem
Yeah,
Plague's
the
Tale.
rat Plex
Yeah,
Tale.
those are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
I think
I
those are
agree.
their top tier. But everything else for theirs falls in that good but not great. Should play. If you don't get it day one, get it on a sale. I even like what do you want to call it, that Evil West game? I still enjoyed that, even though it was kind of fucked up when I bought it day
Yeah,
one. But
dude,
it's still a
Focus
solid game.
is one of the few publishers that when they drop something physical, I buy it day and date. Almost everything they drop, I buy day and date, and I'm always never or almost always never disappointed. Evil West, I didn't like too much, and I stopped playing that. But everything else has just been amazing. So yeah, Focus is definitely a slept-on publisher. Banishers, was that published by Focus?
Yep.
Yep, another one that I really, really enjoyed from what, last year or 2 years ago. But yeah, man, I love Focus, and me and the boys beat Toxic Commando, RPG, and Henry. We used that game as our just playing live stream on Tuesday's title. Took us, I think, about 4 or 5 weeks to complete. The thing that bugged us the most was the performance issues and also the road to the map. Now, I'm not a live service person, but the game was fun, and the road to the map is basically nothing but cosmetics for the next like 6 8 months, and that kind of pissed me off. So they're definitely trying to use the money that they spent to get these actors and shit in this game to use their likeness. They're definitely trying to pay that shit off. But yeah, so it's a pretty cool game. I definitely recommend it on a sale. I seen it on a sale physically already for $20. So if you are looking for it physically, $20, it's in there. I also did a will it play with no internet on it. So if you want to know if you can play it without internet, go check that video out because I honestly don't remember if it does have an offline mode. So go check that out. Um, well, that's good. Are you going to be out of town this week? And if you're not, what are you
I know
looking
we
forward
got
to playing?
I know we got stuff going on, but I don't know if I'm gonna be out of town. I also played Mouse PI and on the drive to and from. I was playing some Xenogears too on the PSP. So
Well, you play Mouse PI on the Portal? I mean, on
no,
the
no, no.
Switch?
No, I played it on PlayStation before we left Friday night.
I got a question
So
for you because I just beat Mouse PI 2 days ago. What did you what do you
I
think of
like
it
it. I
so
know
far?
you don't.
I never
I
said I
like it.
didn't. I never said I didn't. I just don't think that the game is as good as I thought it was going to be.
I
I
don't know.
think
It's kind of what I expected. So
the thing that pisses me off about the game, honestly, is I feel like the shooting it falls flat. Like it doesn't have any kick or punch to it. It just feels very, I don't know, like if you were shooting on a PS2 controller almost. Like it's just, I don't know how to explain it. And the other thing too, they have some phenomenal voice acting in the game, but I just feel like their writing was a little too weak for me. Like at right around the halfway point, I got bored with the story and I was just skipping everything. Like I never do that. I never do that. I always listen to the story. I always read. Fuck, I've been playing JRPGs lately and I read every fucking sentence. For some reason, Mouse PI, I wasn't digging the story. Outside of that, yeah, the art style was phenomenal. I mean, performance was great.
I
Music
like the
was super
2D
good.
cutout thing. So if you
Yep,
you walk around and they rotate with
they
it,
rotate with
it's
you.
so cool.
Oh yeah, and also the level designs in there are pretty clever. So they don't feel hard, but they're also not easy where you just zoom right through it. So I think it's a
Yeah,
good
like
amount of
that
chat.
one boss. Well, you've already beaten the game, but you know the one that
Hmm.
fires that one laser that'll kill you immediately.
Yep.
You got to figure out which glass thing's gonna come up, otherwise he's gonna barbecue your ass.
Yeah.
I lost to him like, well, I have a video up. I don't know if it has. I don't think it has any views, but I fought that guy like 5 times because if I guessed wrong which fucking glass was gonna come up when he's already dead,
Hmm.
he'll fucking phase you out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
So
it's it's a fun game, man, and you get a lot of weapons. That's another thing that surprised me. You
yeah,
get a
I'm only
ton.
gotten like 4 so far. There's acid. I got the acid gun, the shotgun, the pistol. I think that's it.
All right, I'm not gonna spoil anything,
So
but yeah, you get
oh,
like
TNT.
10 or 12 different types of weapons. So it's cool. Look, man, if the game interests you, you should definitely play it. I'm
It's
not.
$30, so
It's $30. You can get if you can find the Mouseburg edition, it's 50. So super cheap still. You get a 7-inch vinyl, you get a little comic book, you get a pack of baseball cards, all black and white. You get the game. I mean, it's a great deal for the money. And yeah, it's a good game. It's just for me, I think the expectations grew the longer I waited for it because this thing came out back in like March or April, and we just got it last week in July. You know what I mean? So I think that anticipation just kind of took it overboard for me a little bit. But either way, it was a good time. It took me about 20 hours to complete. I didn't do every side quest, like I mentioned. About halfway through, I was getting bored with the story, and I just skipped through it. But that's what I've been playing. Next, I tried to play Halo. Fucking shit. Halo Campaign Evolved. Halo Campaign Evolved, man. And fuck, that game will not play with no internet. As a matter of fact, that game won't play with internet. That fucking game won't play at all. They got that bitch locked behind lock and key. You can only play that motherfucker till you can't play that motherfucking game till they give you permission to play that game. So we're here. As a matter of fact, let me just play you guys a little bit of the end clip of that video, man, because I was pissed. I wasn't pissed that it didn't play offline. Like I knew that you need internet, right? Internet required. But what pissed me off is like,
you got to ask permission.
yes,
Like,
look,
please, daddy,
that's one of the problems there
let
with
me
digital
play.
right here.
Of
this game.
Fucking what the fuck?
Piece of shit copy. Piece of shit copy. No matter who in the world has got a physical copy of this game, they will not have access to it. Nobody will. By the way, if you have children around you or worry of strong language, mute or earmuffs. And that's one of the problems there with digital. That's it. Can I copy strike my own shit? Just wondering.
No, I don't think
what
so.
more do I have to tell you?
We probably could, but
I started the stream with a BMF from or BMG from Doom, the Doom game, Mick Gordon, so I'm sure I'll be fine with this. So you paid money, you got the game, and you can't play it until they say so. or
right?
Yeah, Doom
And
ain't the
people
BFG.
say,
same
well,
without
Will, it's
Mig.
just the release date,
I'll tell you
right?
that.
Okay, cool. What about later on when they just don't, what if for whatever reason, they just say, fuck it. We found something in the game and we think it's inappropriate. We got to stop letting people play this shit till we fix it. What about then? What about when shooting guns becomes illegal in the year 2030? I'm just using a crazy example, right? But in video games, right? Violence is no good, and they
You have
censor
your
all
video
these
on
fucking
pause or what?
games, right?
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh.
It could be for a million different reasons. This is why ownership is extremely
Are you just trying
important.
to get it to work, or is it loading, or
No,
what? I
it's
can't tell.
plain. Just well, you're not listening because you're not watching. They're listening to a video.
You don't own shit digitally. That is just a fact. Okay? That is just a fact. And here's proof of it, man. There's absolutely nothing we can do. Nothing we can do about it. Oh wait, let's check update.
So right here, as you guys can see, I'm just ranting about how they can just turn your game off if they want to. I mean, in this instance, we're talking about how they're not letting you play until they want you to, right? So that's just scary to me, right? I mean, I spent $200 for this Halo collector's edition, and I got it 5 days early. I wasn't planning on, people say, oh yeah, they don't want you to spoil anything. It's like, bro, it's a 30-year-old game. I mean, first off, you're not gonna spoil shit. There is a couple early missions, but secondly, as you guys know with these videos, I don't play. I don't show you guys, except for a few minutes in the beginning, right? Um, but that's an unacceptable excuse of why you're gonna DRM something or why you're gonna censor something. I mean, the world is a nasty place. If you go online, you can easily come across disgusting shit. Whose job is it to protect your pretty eyes? You yourself? The government? The creators? Who is it?
Especially in your own house, that's a whole different story.
Exactly.
You're not in public.
But let me continue with this video here real quick, guys.
The game is now that everything's been updated except for the premium edition of shit.
Logging. Lincoln failed. Confirm button.
Fucking ridiculous, bro. $68 gigs, and then we go from versions.
So the game on the disc, we had about 30 gigs, and then there was a 50 gig update. So after everything was complete, we have about 68 gigs total, right? So you're gonna need the internet to finish installing the game, which once again I already knew, and I knew this was gonna be a coaster. But with a physical disc like this, even though it is a coaster, you still have the flexibility of selling, trading in, borrowing, doing all those things we love doing with physical. It's the preservation part that's frustrating with this game. And this is a historic game, right? And somebody commented a historic coaster. That's what this is. Xbox or Halo on PlayStation. Big deal. I mean, I think it's a big deal. It's the IP that set Xbox apart from the rest, man. It's the IP that,
There would have
midnight
been no
release.
360 without Halo, because they would have never even sold probably 10 million units.
No, I mean all the LAN parties. I mean the live service kind of started with this, even though it wasn't, the monetization wasn't what it was, but people used to go out there, wait in line for hours for a midnight release in Times Square, getting televised on CNN. That's how huge Halo was, man. San Francisco, fucking New York, Brooklyn, I mean, Manhattan, Chicago, all these places packed with thousands of people. I mean, the first day this game sold like, I don't know, 2 million copies or something like that. Insane. Insane. And people would literally sleep in as much as they could that day so they can go pick up their copy at midnight at GameStop, Best Buy, whatever. Throughout the day, they got their snacks ready, their soda ready, their fucking food ready, their whatever ready. So as soon as they got their hands on that copy at midnight, they would get home. They already had 10 fucking TVs hooked up, with 10 Xbox hooked up, with all your friends over. This would be the one night that parents would say, you know what? You don't have to go to school tomorrow. You can stay up all night and play video games with your friends, because it was everywhere, man. Mainstream media was talking about Halo. The news talked about Halo. Kind of like the same thing that we're seeing today with GTA. We saw that all the time with so many different games. Not to this scale, of course, but Halo was just another thing, man. Halo was incredible. It gave Xbox the shooter box name, right? It started that idea. But yeah, this is unfortunate, and here you'll hear a little bit of my rant, which once again, foul language.
7 point whatever to version 15. Let's turn the internet off once again. Right. No internet, PS Store, PS Plus. Let's start it up, see what happens.
Press cross. Login failed. Something went wrong. Please try again. If the issue persists, contact support.
Fucking person talk about how digital is better. They can. If I
Oh, yeah.
see one more fucking person talk about how digital is better, they can suck my dick. You can suck my dick. And by the way, I got a big dick. So you're gonna be choking on that motherfucker once you do, you fucking pussy. Sorry for the bad language, but fuck it. This is irking the shit out of me. But there y'all have it, man. Halo campaign of all. Will it play with no internet? No. Will it play with will it play with internet? No. We can't do shit with it. We'll see when the game releases, July 23rd. You know, maybe our masters will give us permission to maybe play a little bit. You know, maybe they'll give us a little screen time. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll give us some crumbs and allow us to play after we spent our money. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll give us a little free time to play after they took our.
Yeah, I was heated, guys. I was heated, not because once again the game needs internet, but because of the whole permission shit, man. Locking a game up behind DRM for any excuse whatsoever is just completely unacceptable. It really is. It's just there's no excuse, there's no reason whatsoever for this to happen. And dude, a lot of us are in America. One of the things that we harp on here in our country is freedom of religion, freedom of speech, the right to bear arms. Okay? Like those three things are basically tattooed in everybody's freaking mouth from the moment they're young. They know that you have the right to worship whatever God you want to worship. They know that you have the right to speak your mind as long as you're not threatening anybody or causing damage. You can basically say whatever the fuck you want, and the right to bear arms. It is a God-given right. So whatever God you want to worship, you do that. And I'm going to support the shit out of you. Whatever you want to say, I'm going to support that too, even though it might be some dumbass shit. This fucking game right here feels like it's taking a little bit of each away. And that shit just pisses me the fuck off. Yes, I would have loved to play the game, right? I know that it's 5 days early, right? I get all that. Exactly, hero. Say what you want to say and prepare to defend yourself. But man, this is just unacceptable. And people who think that digital is better, like that blows my mind. Nelson, what do you think about that?
I think it's ridiculous how you're even restricting every time. Like time, really, like if I got the bitch, it's accessible to me on disc. Like how are you? Like I said, they can pull anything. I've been saying that even discs aren't safe. Like once they put up that key, you know what I mean? Once you hit that update and you don't know what's in it yet, they can just fucking end it all. Like
Yep.
it almost makes you just want to fucking disconnect from online period and just go live in the wood. While we were talking about that this weekend.
Yeah. No, big
Speaking of not
facts.
having internet, I have internet all weekend. You know what's funny is my wife actually brought a DVD player home from work because they were getting rid of it because it's been sitting in the back for like 5 years. My kid has not fucking stopped holding that thing since. He's like, this is great. I can play it in the car. I don't need internet. He's like, I can just whip out a disc and put a disc in. He thinks it's like the greatest new invention of mankind. I'm like, these are outdated. He's like, I love it.
Yeah.
Nothing else worked up there. I could put a DVD in and watch this shit
Yep.
wherever I want. All I needed electricity.
Yep. And shout out
He
to
has-
Go ahead, Nelson.
No, he's just he loves it. He's that's his thing now. He carries this portable DVD player everywhere.
Yeah. And shout out to Noof Nukem because I was on his podcast earlier this morning, man. And we're gonna get into the Xbox conversation as well because it does have to do with physical, and then we'll move on to the remaining topics of the evening. But you know, something that people were talking about, this whole, fucking physical shit. So look, it's been 2 weeks. Let me give you guys a quick little update, right? But first thing that I want to do is I want to show you guys my collection a little bit right here. So I'm rearranging my collection. Right now, currently, these two shelves on the right, the one with the Xbox games, and if you can see over here, the one that's kind of empty at the bottom, that's got the Resident Evil uh Switch 2 whatever pack with the Resident Evil 7, 8, and 9 in one. All these games are unorganized. I got to put them in order. In order for me to do that, I do it in alphabetical. So if I have to put a game over here in the first shelf, for example, I got to move each individual game to the right and then move it down and all the way till I get through, right? So it's a pain in the dick. But I've been organizing shit and kind of just trying to make it look better because I've been, just in the last year alone, I probably added another 200 to 250 physical games to my collection. And I was standing there after I got the Switch and the PS3 and the PS2 and the PS1 done, which is not very many of them, and I'll show you guys here in a second what that looks like right now. And it's still not done, but I just want to give you guys a quick example. I was just staring at it, and it felt good, man. It felt good. So it's been 2 weeks since PlayStation. Here's my Switch at the bottom, my Xbox 360, PS3, and I only got one PS2 and one PS1 games. But it's been 2 weeks now since PlayStation has made the announcement. And how do I feel? Okay, so I'm still mad. I'm extremely pissed off about it. But now I'm to the part where I'm like, I don't want to say bitter, but I'm like, I don't care about PlayStation. Like any care that I had, like I just don't anymore. I don't. If you guys have noticed, I barely streamed this week is because I don't want to criticize them anymore. You know why I don't want to criticize them? Because I just don't care anymore. I criticized PlayStation for years, where people called me a fucking retard. They said that, get with it. These are the times, right? They called me all sorts of names because I criticized PlayStation all the time for all the dumb shit they did. And people called me all sorts of names.
It's funny that you say that because I'm really in the mood where, especially because I already have so many games to play, I don't even want to go out and buy any new games. I'm going to wait for them to hit Facebook Marketplace for 2030. And people are going to say that's petty. Well, I'm a fucking petty person.
Dude, it's not that. Well, I don't want to speak for you, but here, let me just finish telling you what I was thinking. So I haven't criticized PlayStation because I don't care enough to criticize them anymore. You only criticize the things that you care about. You only criticize the people that you love. You want them to get better. That's why we do it, right? Like I was telling Noof this morning, I'm not going to. If my son does something bad, of course I'm gonna yell at him. Of course I'm gonna punish him. Not because I'm a piece of shit dad who wants to just punish his kids. No, it's because I know that they need to learn from their mistakes so they become a better person. Because I love him. I love him more than anything. So I want him to grow up to be a functional member of society. I want him to be able to defend and protect himself, his family, his friends, whatever. I cannot do that if I don't correct the wrong habits that he has or the bad mistakes that he does that can mean more in life. Similar to PlayStation and the things that I love. I'm not just going to sit back and say nothing when I invest a ton of time, a ton of money, but more importantly, I get enjoyment out of it. And for a couple years, people were just making fun of me, right? I haven't streamed this week except for Tuesday because that's it. Like, I'm over it. I am over it. I'm still gonna do my shit on the side. I'm still gonna shit post on their post on Twitter and YouTube, but I'm over it. I don't care anymore. PlayStation can literally come out tomorrow and say, "All right, well, we're gonna go back to physical." Okay, great. I'm still not gonna buy your PS6. I'm still not gonna,
I still wouldn't either because I'm just waiting for how long you're gonna support it. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Yep.
I'm not dumb. It's eventual.
And
It's
look, I
kind of
don't want
like
to.
when you take back a woman, she's like, I won't cheat on you or whatever,
Yeah.
but she's already done it 3 or 4 times. You know what's gonna happen again, so
Yeah.
it's just an inevitability.
And
You know what
look,
I mean?
I don't want to. I don't want to. And I'm still gonna talk shit here and there, but I'm like, I'm just kind of over it. I'm still gonna make YouTube videos about how to kind of prepare ourselves for an all digital PlayStation world. You know how to continue with the collection, the physical games, because I'm still a gamer. That's not ending. It's just I'm done with PlayStation's bullshit. They don't care about me. They don't want my money. Okay, cool. They don't. I don't trust them. Absolutely, Scouser. Trust is broken. I don't care. They can fucking go bankrupt tomorrow, and I'm like, oh well,
Yeah, I
oh
got enough
well,
games to play for the rest of my life. I really
yeah.
don't care.
And not just that. As you can see here in the video, I currently have a PS3 and an Xbox
Okay, cool.
360. I have a PS5, PS4. The only thing I am missing is a PS2. Once I get a PS2, then I can play every single game ever from the PS1 to current gen PS5. You know how many? I don't want to say millions of games because I don't think it's that high, but you know how many
No, but even if
thousands
it
and
just takes,
thousands?
that's probably roughly, let's see, let's say 3,500 for PS1, 4,000 for PS2. What are we at? 7,500, another 4,000 for PS3. It's 11,000, 4,000, 5,000 last gen. Over 20,000 games.
Yeah,
Somewhere between 20 and 25,000 games. Even if you only like 10% of those, that's 2,500 fucking games.
2,500. Yep, 2,500 of them. My PS3 is not backwards compatible, Hero. I got the Fat Boy, but it's not the backwards compatible one. But either way, so yeah, I'm just kind of over it. I'm like, whatever, man. Like, if they make any announcements or whatever, I'll talk about it. But yeah, I'm just over it now. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't want to talk about absolutes. If they do come out tomorrow and say there's a physical and things will go back to normal, sure, I may buy it, but if things stay for like digital as of right now, yeah, no, there's no way I'm buying that fucking thing at all. Hell no. I'm not gonna do, even if, and this is a question that I have for you guys. If PlayStation came out tomorrow and said, "Look, guys, we're not bringing physical back, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you, I don't know, 2 hours return policy on any purchases you may make. We'll give you the option to buy, sell, trade your digital content. We're gonna enhance our security on the network so you can't get hacked. If you do get hacked, there's ways of recovering your account and all your games." Would that be enough for you to purchase an all digital PS6, Nelson? Would it be for you?
Not a chance in hell.
Not a chance. Even
They
if
can
they
still,
can,
they can still take my shit.
I was about to say that. Even if they can guarantee you that you own what you
They
bought.
can't guarantee it.
Yeah, right. They can't. They can't. And not only can't they not guarantee it, I mean, look, it would take a crazy amount of detail. What I mean by this is PlayStation would have to allow us to do so much. Back up your saves on a USB without backing your whole fucking console. They would have
It's
to
not even
allow you
realistic.
the what?
It's not even realistic to what all they'd have to do because
No, it's not
it costs
realistic.
so much.
They would have to allow us to pick and choose what updates we want for our games. Right now it's just one for all, right? If there's a version of a game that you like better than the other version, you should be able to pick and choose. They won't do that. With physical, at least you can delete and start from scratch and at least get what's on the disc. This whole gaming online shit, fucking $10, $11 a month. That shit's gotta fucking go. The security on their shit has gotta get fucking redone completely. Their pricing, how they do digital pricing, it needs a complete rework. I mean, there's just so much shit, dude. Just so much shit. And PlayStation 1 doesn't want to do it, number one, because that's another conversation I've seen people have is like, well, this is a way PlayStation could still do physical. And it's like, bro, they can do
They don't want
physical,
to.
they just don't want to. And I think that's something that people got to get through their head. It's not that PlayStation can't do it.
I already laid out how they could do it and even make more money
Yeah, they don't
than
want
with
to.
digital last week.
They don't want to.
They
Let
could even they could even pump up their services by offering sending it directly from them, and you pay
Absolutely.
more for that.
Yeah, they just don't want to, guys. And not just do they not want to, but they also want to do the least amount of work possible. You know what I mean? They just
They
want
don't
to
want that
make,
overhead.
yeah, they don't want the overhead. They don't want to spend more. To them, it's all profit driven. And you can tell
It's less to manage too.
it's less to manage. And you can tell also that the way management has been treating their stocks this year specifically. And look, I'm not tying them ending physical games to them selling their stocks, right? Because, like I mentioned on the stream last week, 2 weeks ago, for that amount of money in that position of a company, you just don't sell your stocks today and it's already done by tomorrow. No, you have to give advance notice to the regulation, whatever, and you got to get it approved. And, there's a process. So, them timing it when they said that they're going to end physical gaming, it's just happened to be coincidental, right? In all reality, you got to start this process at least a month in advance, and some of them do it even longer. But look at where their mentality is, where these guys aren't selling 5%, 10% of their stock, they're selling half. They're giving up majority of their shit. So I think that there's a mentality in PlayStation where it's like, hey, flash sale, flash. I think I can't talk today. Flash sale. Let's see how much money we can make. Let's see where we can tap this thing out. And if you're a digital gamer, I'm not gonna tell you to join the fight because I'm over that too. I'm not gonna sit here and start fucking arguing with people like, no, this is about you. Like, look, I'll tell you once, I'll tell you twice. After that, I don't give a fuck. Okay. If you can't see it for yourself, you're extremely retarded. And once again, getting called retarded by a guy who's borderline retarded, it's embarrassing. All right. It's embarrassing, guys. I'm not the brightest fucking bulb here. And if I'm able to see this, a fucking retard can see this. They're after you. They're trying to milk the fuck out of you. They're trying to, you're the cow. Okay, you're the cow. They want to tie you up in the basement with their BDM chains and whips and squeeze on your nipples as hard as they can to milk every penny out of you. That's what they're after. Physical is in the way of them doing that because with physical, you have the option. Nelson said it. I'm just gonna go on Marketplace and fucking buy all my games there. They hate that. But instead of doing the hard work and creating a system where they can benefit from that third party market, they just say, fuck it. If we can't play ball, if I can't play ball, I'll just take my ball home. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But I'm done with PlayStation talking about it. I want to talk about Xbox real quick. Unless, Nelson, you have anything else to say about PlayStation before we move on?
Nope.
So Xbox, is Xbox the physical gaming savior? Nelson, yes or no?
I don't see how anyone thinks that they're gonna be making physical anything when they're just gonna be an app on a PC. I don't know how you can even come up with that. I think some people actually think they're gonna build a console that goes under your TV and what. It's just gonna be a PC with a whatever 7700 or whatever fucking AMD card, and it might be able to read your old games or something. They're not building consoles no more. It's a reference device. They've said it.
Well, number one, when was the last time Xbox made the right decision about any fucking thing important? Please, chat, let me know. Let me know. Chat, please. When's the last time
But
Xbox
gonna save them.
made the right decision on any fucking thing that's actually important? I'm not talking about FanFest, and I'm not talking about changing the logo. I'm talking about something that actually mattered for the company. Please let me know in the comments or the chat if you guys know anything, because I couldn't think of anything. But the rumors have been that Xbox is going to come out with some sort of disk drive that would allow you to transfer your physical games into digital ownership. In order for that to happen, they would have to either A, give you 2 copies of the same game, which is not going to happen. B, if you digitize your physical collection, that means that the disc gets damaged somehow and therefore you can't use it, because why would they let you do that? That would combat against everything they stand for. Or 3C, they treat it how PlayStation treats it, or even Xbox treats it with the whole smart play system, where you just insert the disc, it sees the license, and then it just downloads the most updated version of the game that you have just digitally. So when you take the disc out, you technically still have the digital game installed. It's just it's locked till you stick the disc in and it unlocks it for you.
It's a key.
It's a
That's all it
key.
is.
But as far as
It's just like
them,
the 360 backwards compatibility.
but as far as Xbox,
They're
what
not
can
even
they
gonna have their
do?
own SKU.
What can they do to save physical gaming, right? Well, it's shit that they stopped doing years ago. Now, do I think this is a great opportunity for Xbox to jump in? Absolutely, I do. I think this is a great opportunity for Xbox to sell another 10% of PlayStation's number, not Xbox numbers, because 10% of Xbox numbers are ass. But this, I think this is a real opportunity for them to get at least 10% of the physical gamers that are leaving PlayStation or are against physical games dying from PlayStation to come over. I would be one of them. If Xbox announced that the next generation they will have a disk drive, that disk drive will play new game releases. Not only will those new releases be played, but also they will come on the disc. Not just come on the disc, but third party is also supporting physical media on Xbox. And they increased the minimum data from 50 gigs to 100 gigs. I would buy that thing day one. I don't even give a fuck what games first party is coming with.
Yeah, I just won't buy them. I'll buy a third party.
I just, exactly. I just will continue building my collection on third party. But in order for Xbox to get to that, it's the difficult part because the new console generation is coming soon. I mean, like real soon. They've been working on engineering this console for I don't even know how many years. So for them to switch it up basically last minute, it's not feasible. So if I was Xbox, what I recommend they do is, and even then it's going to be tough, but I would say, hey guys, we see an opportunity with physical. Unfortunately, our next gen, we're a little too far off, but we think that by year 2 or year 3, we will have enough time where we can reprogram shit, sell you, a disk drive of sorts so you can just hook up and get all those benefits that you guys have always known. I may not get it day one because I need to see the shit, right? I don't want to buy everything and then fucking a year later, like, oh, sorry, we tried, it's too expensive, just like they've done so many times, right? They did it with Halo Infinite, where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a campaign co-op, shit never fucking came, right? Or, I mean, you guys already know. I don't even want to go over fucking historic shit that already happened, but I'm not just going to sit here and believe anything that these fucking people say. But I definitely do think there's a big opportunity here, especially for the third party shit. And that's the part that kills me with PlayStation is all that third party that is just going to die because there is no physical, attached to it. Already in the last 3 weeks, I haven't purchased not one digital thing from the PlayStation Store, dude. Not one. Every single game that I would have bought from the digital store on PlayStation, I put it on my Steam wish list, and now I'm just waiting for them to go on sale, and that's where I'll buy them. And I did the math. I saved myself about $250 in games that I would have bought digitally if PlayStation would have never killed physical games. Let that sink in. They've already lost $250 from me, Will 777JP, just in the last 3 weeks alone, in games that are digital only that I will no longer be buying because I don't want to support this company anymore. And mind you, I'm a physical game guy. So there's a huge chance that I would have bought the game digitally day one. They would have got the full money for that. And then when they announced the physical, which they normally do after the game becomes semi-successful, I would have double dipped and bought the physical as well. Which I've done, I don't even know how many times. Like Age Through Blood. I mean, fuck, you name it, I've done it. As a matter of fact, right now I have a couple on pre-order that are just like that. Dave the Diver for the PS5, that's on pre-order. I'm actually thinking about switching it to the Switch 2 version of it. Mascot Agency is another game that I bought digitally day one. Look forward to it for like 6 months. Bought it, played it, and now I'm waiting for the physical version.
Yo, we got a super chat from Mr. Fire Dragon CK4509 for $9.99. He says, shout out to you, bro, as well. As fellow lovers of physical media, you are right. I am skeptical about the disc to digital conversation. It would counter everything that they are trying to put in place. Yeah, absolutely, Fire Dragon. And look, I'm always the type of person where I want them to show me what they're gonna do. Show me what you're gonna do. And if anybody here says,
They're going to release most of their own games on physical.
yeah, absolutely. Say that again for the people in the back, Nelson.
They don't even release their games physically for Xbox for most of them.
As a matter of fact, 3 years ago, when the first kind of big rounds of layoffs started, you know who was the first people to get let go? The department who's in charge of physical.
We did, yeah, I remember that.
I remember that shit. I was like, out of all the motherfuckers you could have laid off, you picked them? Sheesh. But that's what they wanted. Why? Because Game Pass.
They have no use.
They have no use. And you know what's so crazy is that third party physical for Xbox tries really, really hard. Did you know, in order to get the most complete version of Cyberpunk 2077, meaning as much content on a disc as possible, Nelson, where do you think that version exists? PS5, Xbox, Switch, what do you think?
Steam?
Well, physical.
I don't know, because it came out on PS4.
Yep. The most complete version of Cyberpunk
Switch?
2077 is on the Xbox Series X, where you get 3 discs. 3 discs. That includes the main game and the expansion, the Phantom Liberty expansion, and the updates. Also, the Nintendo Switch 2. The PS5 version? No, you get the base game with the updates with the 2.0 launch, and that is it. You don't get the expansion. You don't get none of that shit. So if you want the most complete version of Cyberpunk 2077 physical, Xbox with 3 discs is the best place. And I recommend the Xbox version because it's got the good performance and the good fidelity, right? You can get the 4K 60. The Switch you can too, but I'm gonna be real, dude. It looks like shit. It really does. I'm still mad about that. I bought that fucking game because all these fucking reviewers and content creators were talking about how impressive Cyberpunk was on the Switch 2 and how it looks amazing. Man, I got that shit. That shit looked like a wet fart on the fucking Switch 2. Look, it's not the worst thing ever, but it doesn't. Come on, it's a Switch 2. It's only so much power in that thing. It's still impressive because it's a big game, but it's like, come on, this didn't look how you guys told me it would. But yeah, man. So yeah, the Xbox. So the third party publishers and developers are out here actually trying real hard to put these physical discs together on Xbox, and they are great. I wish I can test more on the channel, but it's like, fuck, man. Do I get it for the Xbox or PS5? I got a PS5 Pro, so I'm getting the better performance, the PSSR. I get a lot more when it comes to hardware. But if the next gen Xbox could come out and say, hey, this is how we're going to do physical, yeah, I would definitely be interested in that. I would definitely buy that. You know what I mean? But we have to be also honest with ourselves, guys. It's not going to happen. Just like PlayStation going back on their decision to go physical or stop physical, it's not going to happen. The amount to gain is way too high. Way too high. In order for PlayStation to go back on this decision, they would need at least, and shout out to Porter Rock for this, he put the numbers on paper real well. At least 30% of PlayStation's total gaming base needs to leave PlayStation in order for it to not be worth it at that point for them to go back. Meaning 30% of PlayStation's gamer have to stop buying shit from PlayStation in order for PlayStation to say, you know what, we'll bring physical back.
I would actually say it would be higher than that because a lot of those people wouldn't come back, and they'd have to factor that in too.
Do you guys know why 30%? Because anything under than 30% And mind you, we're talking 30 million people plus, okay, active users, 150 million of them. But you know why 30%? Because if it's at 28%, PlayStation is still making more money for selling the same amount of, actually less games because of that 30% bump. So if they get, 100% every time you buy their first party digital titles, and when they sell it third party, they only get about 70, 75, 80, depending on the retailer. Now everybody is at 100% being all digital. That's why it will take millions and millions of people. And we have people that couldn't even stop themselves from pre-ordering GTA 6, even though that motherfucker is half a year away. Like, bro, Rockstar ain't giving you nothing extra for giving them money half a year away.
Like, all you got was a fucking logo. I don't understand that. I still don't.
It's like, bro, if you're gonna pre-order digital, do it when the fucking pre-download starts. You know what I mean? Like, just if you're gonna do it that way, just get it where they say, hey, a week before you can pre-install the game. Okay, then do it then. You get pre-order bonuses. Okay, do it the night before. Like, why do it half a year before? Whatever happened to, yeah, they gotta sell me the game. Nah, it needs to have 60 frames per second. Nah, whatever happened to that shit? Whatever happened to that? And then people are confused that PlayStation said we're pulling physical. Fuck you mean? Why are you confused? You told them to. I've been criticizing PlayStation so much for saying that based on consumer trends. For the longest time, I was saying that's bullshit. That's not consumer trends. Most gamers don't just buy all digital.
Even if they buy majority digital,
they still buy physical.
Like, a lot of times those games that are $20, $30, it's like, I don't have time to sit around and wait for a limited run or whatever. But the $50, $60, $70 games, those are the ones that people go get. That's where most of your money comes from.
But now I'm gonna backtrack on what I said. PlayStation is right. They just didn't mean it in the way that most people are taking it. The way PlayStation is really saying it that people don't understand is based on consumer trends, meaning based on you guys just doing whatever the fuck we tell you to do, you do it. No pushback, no nothing. That is the difference here. Because most gamers buy their game digital and physical. And as a matter of fact, we know that most gamers buy first party titles physical more than digital. And for people to say, oh, that data's old, it's 3 years old. Motherfucker, how many games has PlayStation released in the last 3 years? Two. Even if those two sold more digitally than physical, that means that the total is now 31 out of 35 games sold more physical than digital. If we go based on what you're saying, that data is quote unquote old. If we add those two games, or maybe three, how many was it, Nelson? Astrobot, Helldivers, Ghost of Yote. What else was first party?
That's about it.
So 3 games.
Oh, Saros.
4 games. So that means that instead of saying the 31 out of 33 number, we have to say 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 31 out of 37 games sold more physically. And that will update your data. And once again, that's still not accurate because we don't know if those 4 games sold more digitally than they did physically. But we'll give it to you. We'll say that 100% of those 4 games sold all digital for sake of conversation. So that is saying that over this console generation, 31 out of 37 games, first party titles sold, and I'm including second party in there too, because Helldivers is second party, sold more physically than digital. But everybody's like a fucking seal clapping it up. Oh yeah, PlayStation, physical, yeah. Can I suck your dick too, PlayStation? Can you fuck my wife too while we're at it? Because you're so awesome. You let me fucking, you give me the opportunity to give you money for something I don't own. That makes me feel special. Normally when I buy something, I get to keep it. You're different. I don't get to keep it, so you're different. That's what I hear every time I see one of these fucking retards talking about physical or digital is the best. Get the fuck out of here. We literally just talked about how Halo Campaign Evolved
won't even let you play the fucking game till Halo Studio says, okay, we'll give you permission. You're out of timeout now. We're gonna give you 15 minutes of screen time today because you ate your fucking veggies. Go ahead, go smell Master Chief's fucking butt sack, ball sack. Go. You can go. Lick Master Chief's gooch. You've earned it this week. You paid us $200 for the collector's edition. You paid us $50 for the standard edition. You paid us $70 to play the game 5 days early. You can go ahead and smell his ass real quick for 7 minutes. But you know what? Whenever we feel like it, well, guess what? The game doesn't belong to you, so we'll just shut the bitch down. We'll pull it from you just like we pulled all those fucking movies from you. We'll pull it just like we pulled the Stellar Blade demo from you. Because instead of letting you have it, even though it's already out there, no, we have to stick to our schedule. The schedule says it wasn't supposed to be out for 2 more days, and you guys got it 2 days early. Fuck you, pay me, even though it's free. But that's how PlayStation is the most controlling ass boyfriend who thinks shit don't stink. Like in reality, like, bro, we're with you just because everybody else is ugly. You know what I mean? Like, we're with you not because you're so handsome.
We're in a really small school. The standards are low.
The standards are real low. You know what I mean? We have Nintendo that's out here charging fucking $80 for remakes from fucking 15-year-old games. We got Xbox over here that don't even know what logo they want to use this fucking week. So don't think you're hot shit because you're number one right now, bro. The PS4, that was hot shit. That right there set shit apart. That right there was the one that got people to be hyped for the PS5. And I don't want to discredit the PS5 either. I don't want you guys getting the wrong idea because the PS5 to me has been the best gaming I've ever had in my life. But you know why? It's because I'm able to play all those games that I missed on my PS5. It's because it has the best controller I've ever played on. Excuse me, which is the DualSense. Because it does have an SSD and there's no loading times and you know what I mean? So it does a lot of things well. It's just their whole fucking system is broken and fucking falling apart. You know? And I'm not going to support that. I'm just not. And if you want to, you go do what I always said, man, you don't have to do what I do. I'm just out here talking, spitting my opinions. I bring the facts if
I'm giving my feelings. You don't have to agree.
Yes. Everybody can do what they want to do, man. Everybody. And yeah, the PS5 is no, actually that would have been true, but they're already down 15% in sales from last year. I'm sorry, I'm replying to Clean. He says PS5 selling at a faster pace than previous consoles. That was the case a couple years ago, but not no more. They're 15% behind they're 15% behind year over year, and they're expected to fall behind another, I think it was like 7-10% next year.
And next gen, woo-wee.
And yeah, next gen's gonna hurt. I said it, dude. I'd be surprised if
they
PlayStation
might not hit 60 million. Like
I said, they will no longer. Yeah, I said 80. But this is the last console generation they will do. Yeah, it's best case scenario. But I'm thinking anywhere between 55 to 70. But I think this is the last generation PlayStation does 100 million. They will never do 100 million again, especially the way things are going. But either way, Nelson, anything else you have to say about that, man? Before we continue on here.
Nope. I'm just enjoying. I'm saving money and spending it on retro games. I said for how long? I mean, fuck, you called me the 2-bit gamer. Like, I'm scared to fucking go back to 2-bit. I'm not. I've already been there.
Who said you're a 2-bit gamer?
You did.
Oh yeah.
I like my 2-bit games.
He does. And look, it's been rubbing off on me. I just bought City Girls 2. Is that how you call it? River City Girls 2. And I bought the Terminator. What's it called? Terminator
2D Dark Fate?
Yeah. I've been actually trying to play. I just got so many games, but
it's a fun game.
It is. So I just want to talk about this because I got carried away real quick. But so if you guys remember from my previous videos,
you know what I picked up this weekend? I don't know if you've seen. You see what I picked up this weekend?
What one?
Genesis games.
I didn't know you owned a Genesis.
I don't. I will.
Well, if you see
trying to make some deals.
Yeah, I mean, if you see a game,
but I've never seen Sega Genesis games in case, and I got all five games in case.
Mm.
Only one of them has the manual though, or two. But
Yeah,
still,
if
like
you
nobody kept Genesis fucking boxes. I didn't even know they came in boxes, to be honest, because I've never seen them.
yeah,
Everyone I knew always had them loose.
they're the big ones, right? Like VHS looking thingies.
Yeah, well, yeah, they look like a VHS tape almost. They're really thick.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I was about to bring up right now, guys. Is as you can tell here in your screen, before I had, so here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total shelves. Each shelf holds 120 games, so 20 per row, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, so on and so forth. In my previous videos, you only saw about 4 of them, and now there's a total of 6, so I did a little bit of rearranging. And then on the other side, we have my other shelf, which is kind of like my little retro area right here. As you can tell, everything is fucked up because I'm organizing everything, but we got PS3, 360, and Switch 2. But as the days go on and I'm growing my collection, I'm really feeling better about PlayStation not giving a fuck. Not that I want them not to give a fuck. I want them to do better, of course, but meaning accepting their decision, right? Because I am just looking at my collection and I got so many bangers in there. And it's almost like hurry the fuck up and get this over with so I can just be at peace. You know what I mean? And just get it over with. It's like when you gotta jump out the airplane, skydive, and you're more angsty about it happening than when it actually happens. It's like get it over with. It's like fuck, man. You're gonna ruin so much shit. Get it over with. Let the digital gamer carry on from here on out. Let them fucking come crying when PlayStation charges them $80 a game, raises PS Plus to $15 a month, fucking never discount shit or takes a long ass time to discount shit. And by the way, there will be discounts. It's just the shit that you want won't be on discount. That's the difference. All the day one games, those are gonna take forever to discount, at least anything significant. So let you guys deal with that battle because I don't really give a fuck. But let's let's move on over to something that GameStop said here. So there was an interview, right? GameStop out here talking big shit like physical games don't matter. There was an interview from a Spanish speaking newspaper interviewing the CEO of GameStop, and he didn't quote this specifically, but basically is we don't give a fuck about physical games. And I want to talk to you guys about that real quick and exactly what he means by that. And what he means by that is he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about PlayStation killing physical games. Okay. He doesn't. You know why? Because the majority of their business is like 60% or something like that is baseball cards, Pokemon cards, Funko Pops, shit like that. They are still doing 18 to 20% in video games, but those video games that they're selling are pre-owned video games. They're only selling a super small percentage of their business is selling new video games. So PlayStation ending physical games right now doesn't really mean anything to them because, well, they don't sell that many physical games. The games that they do sell brand new that are physical are the big ones. The GTAs, the Call of Duties, the sports games, the Spider-Man, shit like that. But as far as general third-party shit, they don't do very many of those. And if you don't believe me, take a game that's coming out in the next month. I don't know, what's coming out. Let's see.
I don't know nothing. Halo
Right here.
Combat Evolved.
Right here. Mio, Memories in Orbit. I'm sorry, no, that game already came out. Hold on, let me give you something better. Okay, right here. Final Fantasy X X2 HD Remaster. It's coming out for the Switch 2 this month on July 23rd. Call up your local GameStop and say, hey, I would like to pre-order Final Fantasy X2 HD Remaster. How many are you getting in? And you know what they're going to tell you? We're getting like 3, 4, 5, 6 copies. That's what they're going to tell you. That's what they're going to tell you. That's all they're
Yeah,
gonna
when
get.
I asked them if I could pick up Reanimal, they said, "Yeah, you had to pre-order it, and we only got 3 copies." I was like, "What?
Yep.
You couldn't order like 5, so you had 2 extra on hand to sell in stores to the. This is a large city too. I wasn't in my hometown. It's like it's like the largest city that's within an hour or 45 minutes from me.
I believe you,
It's
dude.
not a small place.
I live in a city that's large enough where I got like 4 GameStops within 15 minutes driving distance of me.
Yeah, you're in a city. For me, this is I call it the metro. Is like they're really big, but
You know what I mean?
like
Just like
Minneapolis, St. Paul, this is like the one of the top 3 other biggest places. Like this, St. Cloud. I'll just say it. Fuck it. It's
I
like
just
Rochester, Duluth, and fucking St. Cloud are probably the 3 other biggest areas.
so like for example, this video you guys are looking at right now is me trading in Grand Blue Fantasy Relink and Cult of the Lamb. And I literally went to the wrong GameStop thinking that I had pre-ordered it there. And I didn't pre-order it from them. It was a different one. So I just got back in the car and I drove, I don't know, 6 minutes to the other GameStop. So that's how many GameStops I have in my area. And for Cult of the Lamb, I pre-ordered this thing like 3 months ago, and they only had like 3 copies. I was one of 3 people that pre-ordered it. So yeah, of course he doesn't care about physical games. Also, GameStop is expanding into other things. They're still trying to buy eBay. They're pushing their fucking not just Pokemon cards and baseball cards, but now they're trying to get into the grading shit where they grade Pokemon cards and they grade all this. You know what I mean? So don't let it fool you. It's not that he doesn't care about physical video games, it's that he doesn't care about the brand new physical games. That's not what their business is. Now, the mistake that I think he's having, but I don't think he sees it as a mistake because of everything I just told you with the Pokemon cards and shit, is he's not thinking of far ahead, right? Because
Yeah,
eventually,
eventually you're gonna run out of used games. Like only
yeah.
so people are only go back so far,
And remember,
except for
you're
the
gonna,
real hardcore.
except for the real hardcore, and you're gonna get the biggest margins on those new games that just got traded in, right? So like the Adventures of
Yeah, when you
Elliot,
buy them, you give them $30 or $25, and you sell it for 50 or
yep,
55.
that's where your biggest margins are going to come in. You know, the Adventures of Elliot, the Pragmatas, the Resident Evils, you know, those games that just released this year. You know, you can give them 20, $25 as a trade in. Like Nelson said, you sell them, you know, pre-owned 45, 50, $55. Now you're
Fuck, a lot
doubling
of the
up.
game 360 games that I got recently, you know how they were $60 for 360? They got 40 or 54.99 on that fucking sticker.
Yeah.
They
And
probably
right.
gave that guy $25. They made fucking $30 off that bitch.
And I spoke about this previously as well, that every GameStop, at least that's what they told me. I don't know if it's reached every GameStop yet, but they said they started this initiative like 2 or 3 months ago. Every GameStop will now be selling retro consoles and retro games, where before they had a specific GameStop designated to handle these things, right? So if a GameStop received a trade-in of retro games, they would ship it out to this other GameStop. Normally they had one per city and it would be majorly retro video games. Now they're all carrying it. So like me and my son, we went to the GameStop by my house. I saw a PS2. I almost bought it, but I didn't because it was kind of damaged. So then I went to this other GameStop where I went to go pick up Cult of the Lamb. And look, they have a 3DS right here. They have a Game Boy Advance to the right, a purple one. You know what I mean? And then over here they have one of those NES fucking little mini console box things. So now it's readily more available, and I think that's where they're gonna kind of just milk out until they can't no more, right? Because eventually, as the years go on, I think the mom and pop shop are the ones that are going to be paying top dollar for these retro games once inventory starts to dry up a little bit. They'll be the ones. It won't be GameStop, right? GameStop's going to give you the lowest they can because they got a big overhead, so they got to resell it for market value. And in order to make the money they need, they can only pay you a little bit of it. Where a mom and pop shop only has to pay for the mom and pop shop. You know what I mean? Just their 2 employees that they hire, their lease for their little corner store that they got, and the lights and whatever. That's it. So the expense is way, way less. So you'll probably get more money from those guys, where GameStop will give you $7. They'll probably be more willing to give you, 12, 13, 14, $15 for it.
But yeah, man, just keep an eye out on shit that you are coming across that you like, that you not only that you want to play, but also where you think that you may want to play. You know what I mean? Look, we got to start treating these games like we're back in the fucking N64, PS2 era, where you walk into the game store and you buy a game strictly based off, is the cover art cool? What does the back say? Is it an RPG, a JRPG, action adventure, a shooter, and just go based off that. Because eventually you won't have the luxury to say, you know what? I feel I feel like playing Halo 3, but I don't want to play in the Master Chief collection. I want to play the OG, but I don't want the greatest hits version. I want the actual OG version. Do I want new or do I want used? You won't have that option anymore. It's going to be slim pickings. It'll be you get what you get. Right now, you can go to eBay and find basically whatever the fuck you want. As long as you're willing to pay for it, you can find whatever the fuck you want in whatever condition you want. You don't want brand new, you want excellent condition, you can do that. You want just good condition but free shipping, you can fucking do that. You want the greatest hits or you want the fucking OG release, you can do that. You want the complete edition or not, you can do that. That shit's gonna start to go away pretty soon as people start to buy up more shit. I think, and this is just me guessing, of course, a lot of the shit I say is guessing, but I think that as we go on, we'll see more and more digital gamers start to kind of realize the importance of physical. By then, it'll be too late. So then they're going to be coming after our hobby, which is playing the game, looking for the game, buying the game, playing the game. So we'll see what happens. Well, Nelson, what do you think about that? What do you think about digital gamers who may not understand how important physical is right now? Do you think that they'll stay that way forever? Or do you think they'll actually see the light eventually when it hits them?
I think a lot of the light will hit a lot of people when they're like, especially if they go through a hard time and they're like, wow, I never got this game on PS6. I want to go back and buy it, and there's no way to fucking buy it anymore. It's just they'll try to log on to the PS6. They'll go into the store and it'll just say condemned.
Yeah. Or another thing, I mean, it doesn't happen to me. I haven't done this in a long time, in years, but you guys see my video games back here? Fuck. I'm running short this month. I'm $200 short of the rent or the mortgage. Fuck it. Let me go grab this whole shelf right here, go trade it in, get at least enough money to pay the remaining balance of my mortgage or rent or pay for food for the week or internet or whatever the fuck you got going on that you're short on. You can't do that shit digital, man. Yeah, physical video games aren't the investment that people may think they are, right? This is not a 401k. This is not, Bitcoin or the stock market where you can invest for many, many years and, hopefully retire off of it later on. The reality is you're probably going to lose value on the majority of the games, right? Where you buy a game day one for $70, you play it, it sits on your shelf, and then 7 years later, you get $4 trade in value. Right?
Look at a car. Look at it like a car. You might buy it for 50 grand, and then 10 years you might only get 10 grand for it. But it's better than a swift kick of the dick.
Facts. But yeah, man, just keep an eye out on the shit that you are really, really interested in, and the shit that you also just would like to play. Because, as I said, times are changing, man. But let me bring this up to you guys real quick before we get carried on with the other topics. And this is a comment that I saw by a developer today. And they posted this 3 days ago. And this is what we were talking about, how applying pressure to PlayStation's post is important. And here we have Dusk Fade, who made a post and said, Dusk Fade is now available to pre-order on PlayStation 5. Save the world from eternal darkness in our nostalgic 3D platformer. And this game looks dope. It really does. And this is what they tweeted out a day later. Hey, everyone, or hey, everybody, we love physical games too. We'd love to make box editions of Dusk Fade a reality. But as a smaller indie team, we need to see how our digital launch goes first to see if it's feasible for us. And a little heart emoji. And that is normal. That's what we've been seeing with these indie guys for this whole console generation. That's why you'll see 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years before you see a physical version of it. It's because they got to recoup that money back and then some in order to place an order in for physical.
But check the replies. Here's a Noku. I so want this. I'll wait until physical comes out, then I'll grab one. 100% guaranteed. Brixton Fox says, sorry, those no disc, no buy isn't really at you. We are pissed at PlayStation and we want them to burn. Everyone they retweeted is just in the crossfire, but we can't stop one time. Cup of water, don't worry. We are yelling at Sony, not you. Your game looks cool though. I wish listed it on Steam. Dr. Q, don't worry. We'll still buy it digital indies. It's the AAA space we're aiming. So everybody's got a different version of boycotting PlayStation, of fighting against the machine, right? This guy right here is boycotting all AAA games, but he's still buying indies. This guy over here, he's just yelling at
Yeah,
Sony.
I've never complained about indies because I get, especially if you ever talk to a lot of indie developers, they're fucking doing this shit on their own dime with a couple friends. And it's like, yeah, you want us to make a physical version? Do you know how much we're struggling just to get a game out on a platform with fucking off our own money, fucking trying to still keep our kids fed and shit like that because we're doing this as a side project? Like, I get it.
Yeah. And look, and I have a video here that I posted. When was this, Nelson? The Popcorn Rocket video
Yeah,
about a month ago or so.
Ryan.
Yeah, with Ryan. I'm gonna reach out to Ryan, see if I can get him on the for an interview. Because that would be a great guy. Ryan, he's an indie developer. He literally this game right here.
And he
I-
made it physical. He made it physical. Yeah.
He made a physical, so I have 2 videos of Ryan. Two. One is doing a
He has
Will
a
Play with
channel
No
too if you
Internet.
want to check it out.
Yep. But right here, we talk about Ryan does a YouTube video on how he was able to create a physical video game of his indie game, which it's only him. Just one guy, right? And he gave us a lot of good information. So if you haven't seen this video, go check it out. It breaks down how much the ESRB ratings cost, right? How much it takes to be able to get it rated by them so you can publish your game, right? He also talks about his numbers and how many he had to sell to break even, the cost of it all, right? How many minimum quantities are ordered, all that shit he talks about here. And he also talks about it in a newer video where he talks about how many he sold and the profitability of it and blah 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 blah. And also the other guy, what's his name from I forget the PlayStation podcast, but one of his first tweets that he made when PlayStation made the announcement was, creating a physical copy isn't even that expensive. That was one of his first tweets. And he's not saying it isn't expensive for somebody like Ryan. Of course it's expensive for Ryan. He needs to come up with thousands of dollars. But what he means is not expensive is for the big AA's, big AAA's. We're talking a couple grand for a minimum order of 1,000 discs plus the ESRB rating and all that. That's cheap in comparison to their $50, $100 million budgets, $20 million budgets. You know what I'm saying? But go check the video out. Go check Ryan out, man. He works. He's a developer. He does that as a full-time job, but he also creates his own games. And it's just good information to know if you're interested in that shit. But, it's just annoying because PlayStation wants to kill it, even though they can easily continue with it and it doesn't cost them any money. As a matter of fact, they're making money. But that's all I got to say about that. Real quick, before we move on to our next topic, I also want to just show you guys this right here, which is disgusting to me. GTA 6 record pre-orders make GTA 5 historic launch look almost modest. I'm not going to read anything. I just wanted you guys to see the headline. That's it. Fucking embarrassing. Embarrassing. Not embarrassing because people pre-order the game and it's digital only, but embarrassing because you pre-ordered a digital game that isn't going to run out and you bought it before they showed you anything. Like, that's gross, guys. Like, we're better than that. Here we have PlayStation's next competitor, Steam. Valve comments on Steam Machine's exclusive games.
First off, Valve, you're too fucking expensive. $1,200 for 512 gigs and one controller is just too much money for a box that is gonna run at fucking 280p, 60 frames per second. Nelson, do you know the actual stats on this Steam machine?
It's not good. A lot of games are running under 30 frames at like 1440p.
Yeah.
Most games you got to run at 1080p 30.
So it's like
Which in other words, you're better off just playing on Switch too,
PS4.
and then you can bring it port. Yeah, PS4. Switch 2, you at least Switch you can get 60 frames on most games, and it's portable. That's basically what it is. It's a Switch 2, but it's not portable, and 3 times as expensive.
Yeah, three
That's the
times
best.
cheaper.
That's what I can. Yeah.
Yeah, like come on, Steam, you need to focus on that cost before you start talking about exclusives and games and shit like that. Because what's the point that a game costs $3 when the fucking machine is, $1,300? But then here we have an interesting article that I want to go over with you guys, and it is Troy Baker. Troy Baker is the voice of Mouse PI, the mouse. He does that voice. He does the voice for Joel famously in The Last of Us Part 1, The Last of Us 1. And he brings up a good hey, let's just go through it because this is interesting. And the title of the article is Troy Baker is right. Live service games like Marathon aren't the problem. There has been an ongoing debate about whether live service games like Marathon are hurting or helping the industry. And Troy Baker has a pretty level-headed take on the whole situation. Marathon is just one of the latest games to be put in the live service spotlight since it's one of the most recent launches. But Sony's push for more games like this instead of single-player narrative projects has many gamers feeling fatigued. I am. I'll admit that I'm one of many who become disenchanted with live service formula, but Troy Baker's words have me rethinking some things. The live service discussion hit a new peak, and just recently with Bungie's ending Destiny 2 and laying off a significant number of its developers. Destiny 2 has faced many problems over the years, with one of the main critiques being that its content was growing stale. Seeing Destiny 2 come to an end is incredibly sad, but it's at least had a solid 9-year run that many live service and even non-live service games
Yeah, I would
get.
say that's why I said they need to look. These games got to start looking at a more realistic, like 3 to 5 year window.
Exactly.
Because Destiny 2 killed it for like 5 years, but they wanted 10. You got to be realistic. Unless you're GTA, you got to be more. Even like remember Overwatch? That game fucking absolutely cooked money for like 5 years, but then they did just fucking repurpose that shit out and thought that would work. Like it didn't work.
Let's read what Troy Baker says because we're going to tie this shit right back to what I said about PlayStation earlier. But he says here, where the industry is at, it's trying to find ways to keep itself sustainable. I think it's an erroneous conflation to think that everyone is these greedy fat ass cats with Scrooge McDuck money bins and they're just swimming through their money. That's not true. Everyone has a financial and a moral responsibility to keep the people on their payroll gainfully employed as much as possible and trying actively to do that. If that means live service games are how they're trying to do that, then so be it. We're seeing the model shift. What do you guys think about that? Because I disagree 100% with Troy Baker. Hey, I would love to keep employees in my company employed too. But guess what? I have a responsibility to the other employees that do their job and aren't a waste on resources. I have a responsibility for their bonus check they get on Christmas so they can fucking finally get a little bit ahead enough to buy gifts for their kids and their families and wife and take them out to dinner and the movies once in a while or make a payment on their 15-year-old fucking car that they got high interest rate on. I said this last week when Asha came out talking about the layoffs. I wasn't happy with the layoffs. Of course, I don't like to see people get laid off. That's, like Troy said, we should keep as many people as we can employed, right? The mistake happened when you overemployed people. That's where the mistake happened. You fucking got gun-ho because one game did really well, knowing damn well in this industry, one game will no longer sustain your studio. We've had studios this generation that have had hit after hit after hit after hit. They get one fail, and it's enough to shut the fucking studio down. You cannot be successful for so many years and completely ignore the state of the economy and act like you're not aware of the rising cost. How much more expensive the light bill is, how much more expensive materials are, how much more expensive salaries are. If you're not doing that, you're completely irresponsible.
9,000 people working on a game.
9,000 people working on the game with an imaginary goal of 10 years. And your excuse for that is, well, GTA did it. The unicorn.
You're not GTA.
Now we're going to fucking behave like everybody's a fucking unicorn. That is what's wrong with our fucking culture right fucking here. What Troy is fucking saying right there. That is a fucking communist way of thinking. That is, we are all the same. We all make the same amount of money. We all have the same responsibility. We are all worth the same. That is not true. Not because that idea is faulty. It's not faulty. It's a beautiful idea. It is a gorgeous idea. That would be awesome. But the reason... Exactly. We are the wrong fucking species. We are broken. So when Troy says, right here, it's an erroneous conflation to think that everyone is these greedy fat cats with Scrooge McDuck money bins and they're just swimming through their money. That's not true. You're wrong, Troy. Not in the fact that everybody, of course, not everybody, but the ones at the ones that have are absolutely doing so. And how do we know this? Because the video game industry keeps growing every single fucking year. Last year it was 150 billion. This year is 160 billion. Next year is 170 billion. Don't tell me there isn't enough to go around. And it takes Asha, which I gave her credit for this, to come out and say the fucking part out loud that we all been thinking of. And we all know it to be the truth. What did Asha say? There is 14, not 3, not 5, not 10, but 14 positions of management from when a decision needs to be made to when a decision does get made. In what world do you need 14 levels of management to say yes? That is the fucking greedy Scrooge McGrooge fucking swimming in money fucking shit that we are talking about. But once again, it's our fault.
That's that. You ever see a construction site? That's like 14 people. One guy's digging a hole, and there's 14 people around fucking telling them to dig it wider and dig it faster.
Yes. But this is
and those guys are all getting paid more.
And they're all getting paid more. The guy digging the hole is getting paid $25 an hour. The rest are management, so they're making 6 figures a year. Plus a company car, plus the chef that fucking makes their lunch, plus the fucking barista that makes their fucking, draws a little flour
Matt
with
Booty.
creamer. Matt Booty.
Booty coffee.
This right here, what Troy is fucking saying, mind you, Troy is the 1% of the 1% in voice actors. 1% of the 1%. Troy is making more money per job that he does than the bottom 40% of voice actors combined. So yeah, of course he wants everybody to be fucking employed because he's the one fucking raking it in because he's the 1% of the 1% in voice acting. Just this year alone, this fucking guy's got 3 games that he's been out on.
Yeah, the more games, regardless if they're successful or not, his check still clears.
His check still clears. But this is the fucking problem right here. Once again with PlayStation. Hey guys, the economy is bad. We got to increase the price of the console. Hey guys, once again, shit's expensive. We got to raise the price of the console again. Hey guys, we got to increase PS Plus because, well, the economy is fucked up. Hey guys, we got to take PS Stars away from you because, well, we are going to come up with something better that hasn't been announced yet, and we don't know what the fuck is coming.
That's when my war started.
It's always there's a problem, and the solution is always the gamer has to pay for it. When's the last time PlayStation said, hey guys, we got to increase the price of PS Plus, and we know that it's hard out here, not just for us, but for you as well. So what we're going to do is, if you are a PS Plus subscriber and you have done at least a yearly, we're going to give you 3 months for free. Hey guys, it's expensive. We're going to raise the price of PS Plus. And if you're a monthly subscriber, we're going to give you 2 weeks free. Hey guys, we got to increase the price of the console. You already get Astrobot, but we're going to give you, Horizon Forbidden West for free.
Or we're going to give you a DLC to one any of our games that we have partnered with or own.
Yes.
Something.
But it's always take. It's never give a little bit back. When the PS5 Pro got announced at $699, which seems like a steal nowadays, huh? Oh, we got music playing here somewhere. $699, which seems like a steal now, right? You know what was my biggest complaint with the PS5 Pro? It was that they're charging you $700 for the PS5 Pro, then $80 for the disc drive separately, and then $30 for the stand separately. So in order to go from my base PS5 to get the exact same thing, I have to pay another $110 on top of it. And not once did they say, hey guys, we know that you're going to buy a PS5 Pro and you are more than likely already a PS5 customer. So instead of buying everything individually and spending $810, how about we give you a bundle for $799? And we want to thank you, our loyal customers, by giving you a savings of $10. They couldn't even do that. Like the smallest fucking thing. You couldn't even fucking do that. If they would have done that, dude, my criticism for the PS5 Pro would have been nothing. Well, I still would have criticized a little bit, but that was the biggest and loudest thing that I criticized them on. It's like, bro, you're going to sell me this thing at full retail when I know you're making money on it, when you're going to sell me this fucking disc drive where you're making money on it, and you're going to sell me this fucking plastic stand for $30. Like, bro, it's always us. We're always the fucking problem. The gamers aren't buying our games. You know, the economy's fucked up and we have to survive, but fuck the gamers who help us survive. We just, it's always take. It's never give. Always. It's fucking this. I'm sick and tired of it.
You know, the last thing they did, I think they did that was fucking actually good, and it's because of COVID and because they were launching new consoles, when they gave those. Remember, if you had PlayStation Plus, they gave all those fucking free, those 25 free games to add to your collection. That's the last thing I can say that they did good.
Yep.
That was fucking like 6 years ago.
Yep.
5 years ago.
And they took that shit away. And
they gave 2 free games too. That was all the same year. It was COVID.
Yeah.
It wasn't for COVID. Fuck.
But it's always the same shit with these guys, man. And then, right? And now when the next thing that I'm gonna say, I'm just bundling everything together, right? This is an industry thing. I've been talking about the industry in general, but then you get this right here, right? You get the Halo Collector's Edition. So not only do I now pay more for my PS Pro, not only am I paying more now for my stand and my disc drive and PS Plus, I just got a game in the mail. I'm excited to play. I love Halo. I'm excited to see the pretty graphics on there, but more importantly, I'm excited to see the prequel missions. But then I can't even play the fucking thing because they don't give me permission to do so. But yeah, we're the problem because we think that is Scrooge, McDuck money, but it's not really like that, guys. Hey, we just want to keep our people employed. Look, I like Troy Baker. I love him. I actually look up to him as an artist. I think he's phenomenal. The dude is super talented. I mean, he goes from Indiana Jones, sounds exactly like him, to fucking Joel. The way that he cries over fucking his daughter when she dies, heartbreaking shit. Like, I don't know not one person who wasn't moved by that scene. And the reason they were so moved is because the dude was able to convey the hurt. This is before I even had kids.
The hurt that this dude was able to show, like, it's insane. To now being a fucking mouse going after the cheese, it's incredibly talented, right? But he is part of the industry, and of course he's going to defend the industry because the industry is what feeds him. But eventually, Troy, eventually, AI is going to come and take your fucking job, and we'll see how you toot your horn
Feel about
after
it
that.
then.
We will see then. While the gamers that you're saying are ignorant are the ones that have been, being critical of AI being used in games, being used for voice acting, being used for development, being used for everything. We're the ones. We're the ones that are always fucking fighting the fight, whether it's for our own personal benefit or for the benefit of the voice actors or for the benefit of the artists or the developers or the engineers. I just showed you guys the tweet. And by the way, this video, you guys will be able to see it tomorrow. It drops at 6 in the morning. Halo Collector's Edition unboxing. If you're a member, you have access to it today, as well as all the other videos I got pre-uploaded, ready to go. Which another video that you will be able to see right away if you're a member is the GTA 5 Will It Play With No Internet, along with a couple unboxing videos with some badass games that I picked up this last couple weeks. But just recently, I showed you guys a tweet from that indie developer, right? That they want to do a physical, but they have to see how their game sells digitally first to make the money so they can do physical after that. Right? We're fighting for those guys. Every time Ubisoft makes a fucking retarded ass decision, right? And name it, right? Need internet to finish installation, microtransaction fucking store, whatever the fuck excuse you want to use.
Do you see they nerfed in fucking microtransactions
Yep.
into the Black Flag now?
Yep.
That shit was never on the original.
No. And that's the reason it needs the internet in order for install, and the reason the game's not on the disc is so they can control when and how you fucking play it. But even then, when they do fucked up shit, what do gamers say? Hey, we're talking shit about Ubisoft, but we're not talking shit about the regular old developer who's just going in there every day to do their job. You know what I mean? We never, not them. We're talking about the higher ups, the management team, the investors. Those are the bad guys, right? We always make that distinction. Whenever I see a fuck EA post on social media or a fuck EA, fuck Ubisoft, fuck Activision, I never watch those videos or read that post and say, this guy is talking about the studio. No, they're talking about the people that are fucking up there. Those, the decision makers, the investors, those are the fucking guys. So for Troy Baker to come at this from this perspective is completely moronic. It's like, bro, you are involved with these people. You see how these people work. You see how Troy, or what's his name, Neil Druckmann takes fucking 37 years to come out with a game. What, you think that shit doesn't drain resources? Nelson, what's more effective? Coming out with a fucking banger in 5-6 years or coming out with a banger in 10-15 years?
4 or 5. Well, they have 3 teams, so they should have a game actually every about 2 years.
Yeah, no shit. So yeah, it's fucking sad.
They've got 1,000 people, so even if you have 300 people a team, you should be getting a game out every 2.5 years minimum.
Yep.
And they haven't came out with a game in 6, so they should have had 3 by now.
Yep. All right, let's move on to our next topic real quick. We're running out of time. Right here, I just want to cover the topics that I put on the description. I don't want to fail you guys with it. But Nintendo gives fans their first official look at the Switch Joy-Con. Look at this, guys. They're making a little switch to the Switch. You will now be able to swap out the battery of the Joy-Con if needed. You know why? Do you think it's because they want to? No. It's because the law is making them do it. That's the only way you can get these fucking people to do anything that is for our behalf, that is for our favor. The law has to fucking change because they will never do it willingly. It's fucking embarrassing, dude. A simple common thing like this. And look, shout out to Nintendo because they're doing it, but PlayStation, they all do it. They all do it. Yeah, my voice cracked. I'm going through puberty. Todd Howard. Todd Howard out here in Xbox. Todd Howard addresses Fallout Remaster, says he gets great ideas from Reddit. Fucking Todd. Fucking Todd, man. What great ideas,
Yeah,
Todd?
Asha went in there, kicked down their doors, and they're like, "I want fucking Fallout's made, and I want Elder Scrolls made." And he's like, "I don't want it." And she said, "I don't give a fuck what you want." And then she was like, "Obsidian's making a Fallout game too." And Todd said, "I don't want him to make Fallout. I've already said that." And she goes, "I don't give a fuck what you said no more, Todd. I'm in charge now, bitch.
Yes.
You guys are worth nothing making these rinky-dink bullshits. You're gonna go to what makes money, and then I'm gonna sell you when you get some progress on it."
Yep. And look, Todd Howard gave us you know, some updates, on some, shit that people have been really, really looking forward to. Fallout 3 is getting remade, which I know is huge for the fans. Especially Fallout 3 is such a big IP. It's one of those IPs that decades later people still talk about, people still play. When did that game come out for the 360 or PS4? You remember, Nelson?
What's that?
When did Fallout 3 come out for the PS4 or 360 era?
Oh, that was middle of 360 area. That was like fucking 2009, 10.
So towards
You're thinking
the
of Fallout 4. That was PS4.
okay,
Early, very early.
yeah. And here I got the here we'll read it right here.
2008 was
So
Fallout 3.
here's a note from Bethesda Studios. We love making these worlds as much as you love playing them. Today, we want to share what's next for Bethesda Game Studios and what you can expect from us in the years ahead. For 40 years, we built games that have entertained almost 500 million players. More than just games, these are worlds for you to explore, shape, and make your own. Worlds we return to together. That's what's driving us forward. We're investing more deeply in the worlds players love, giving creators a bigger role in shaping their experiences and bringing our team closer together so we can get our games into your hands sooner, support them longer, and continue building them alongside you for decades to come. Starfield continues. The future of Fallout. Fallout is one of our biggest priorities today. Fallout 5 remains our long range destination, and we have multiple Fallout projects in active development right now. Fallout 76 continues to be home to millions of players exploring Appalachia together with nearly 70 free updates released to date. The journey is far from over. In fact, we have a major Fallout 76 expansion planned for next year. Raven Rock,
What the
a
fuck? Who still
prequel
gives a shit about Fallout
story
76?
to Fallout 3, Fallout 4, the most award-winning game in the franchise, just celebrated its 10-year anniversary and recently surpassed over 35 million copies sold, continuing to attract a new audience every year. Let's pause here. Actually, let's stop here because I don't give a fuck about anything else. I'm sorry if you guys do, but here's the note from Bethesda. Do you guys see this? What he says right here? Fallout 76 continues to be home to millions of players. 70 free updates released to date. The journey's not over. They have Fallout 76 expansion planned for next year, Raven Rock, a prequel story to Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, and they just celebrated its 10-year anniversary and recently surpassed 35 million copies sold. So 35 million copies sold and millions of players that still play Fallout 76. Does that smell like fucking money or what? Does that sound like money or no? Because old Baker told us that they're not swimming in the money. Interesting. Fucking interesting. And that's just one of their IPs, right? So don't let this video game industry fool you guys. Every year they grow. Every year they're making more money than the previous year. But yet, along with that growth, more managers get involved, more investors get involved, more senior management gets involved. And therefore, instead of using those, additional funds and direct them to the right place, they just bleed it dry even more. And when the mistakes happen, the gamers have to pay for it. We're the ones that got to get them out of that sticky situation. We're the ones that now have to fix it for them. All while they aren't giving us what we want. How many people have been speaking about Fallout 3 and wanting a remaster of that fucking game for years? And we still haven't gotten it. Because they're going to continue to experiment and keep blowing money and keep hiring more people than they fucking need till they absolutely can't anymore. And then they'll give you the thing you love the most because they know you will pay for it. You know you will buy it. And then that will get them out of the hole that they're in. And then
It's
the cycle.
honestly, that's what's happening with Ubisoft is like, this is the fastest selling fucking Assassin's Creed since Black Flag the first time.
Mhm.
And fucking, this is bailing them out because, well, we can't make shit nobody wants anymore, so we'll go back to making shit that people did like.
Yeah. Except it's even worse this time because Black Flag, you now have to, pay $60 to play it. You also need internet in order to play it. You now got to navigate through the
And
store
now they got an extra store
microtransaction.
in that bitch.
Exactly. So now they're giving you the same shit, but with way more
They want you to
restrictions.
buy extra shit too.
Yep. So yeah. But then digital gamers say, or some digital gamers say that digital's the way to go. Interesting.
You know what else I picked up this week? I got a AV to HDMI converter, so now I can hook up classic consoles to modern TVs.
Nice. Yeah, I got one of those
Yeah.
too. That's how I hook up my 360 and my Super Nintendo.
Well, 360 goes right from HDMI. You don't need it, but anything older than that, you do.
Yes, but the OG 360, you have the option for HDMI or the old connection, AV. Check this out, guys. So let's talk about a couple fun things, and then we will end the stream here. But number one, Mortal Shell 2, the Revered Edition, is sold out almost everywhere. I think there's a couple places still available. I know Amazon is sold out. Thank God that I pre-ordered this game. I didn't pre-order it because I know I was gonna get the game day one. I pre-ordered it just in case because the game looked cool, but it is kind of a Souls-like, and I'm not a huge fan. I'm not against not playing a Souls-like, or I'm not against playing a Souls-like. But either way, I pre-ordered it. They don't take the money right away. They take the money when they ship it. So I knew if I don't want it, I'll cancel it later. But here we have a tweet from PlayStack and says, Mortal Shell 2 Revered Edition. Demand for the PlayStation 5 exclusive physical Revered Edition of Mortal Shell 2 has exceeded expectation, and unfortunately, supply across a number of retailers has now been fully reserved, meaning that in a growing number of markets, fans are unable to pre-purchase a copy of the game. Mind you, they're talking about it physical. Physical. We sincerely apologize if you were planning on pre-ordering the Revered Edition and it's no longer available in your territory. Due to the Mortal Shell, its release date of August 20th and the manufacturing time required to replenish stock, there is a very low chance of additional physical copies becoming available before the game's release. We are working with our distribution partners to review ongoing demand and will update as soon as we hear their decision on the next steps. To be clear, there is no guarantee of a stock replenishment plan after launch, as this decision is not ours to make. Nobody buys physical. Physical is old, outdated. Who the fuck wants to own their shit? This right here is why you pre-order a physical game 6 months early, not fucking GTA digital. What? Your fucking wife said yes, you can pre-order it today, but then when the day comes, she's gonna say no, so you have to do it today? Nobody buys physical games no more, right? I'm sorry. You know, PlayStation told us majority of people buy digital, so hey, it is what the fuck it is, right? Physical, fuck physical. Like, you can't make this shit up. You know, people who have a collection like this are my collection is fake, guys. This is all AI. Because nobody buys physical games. Nobody. Or let's use the other excuse that people make. Oh yeah, you guys buy physical, but you only got like 10 PS5 physicals. All your physicals are PS4s. Motherfucker, the majority of my collection is PlayStation 5 games, physical games. But you know what? Once again, it's AI. AI did this. It's not real. Fucking ridiculous. Another awesome game that we got news on that I'm excited to show you guys. Wolfenstein. New official Wolfenstein release confirmed for fall 2026. Machine Games, Bethesda, and Mediphius are teaming up to create Wolfenstein, the role-playing game. A brand new, officially licensed tabletop RPG based on the beloved first-person shooter. So there y'all have it. You won't get another Wolfenstein game right now because, you know, Xbox is broke. But hey, we'll do a licensing agreement for a board game. What the fuck, bro? But hey, we're the problem, guys. We're the fucking problem. Remember that. Gamers are. Outside of that, here's another awesome news article that just shows how incredible not PlayStation, but how awesome the video game industry what do you call it? Thinks, right? This is how awesome they think right here. So cool how they think this way, man. How will we survive? That's a huge opportunity. EA executive talks in-game advertisements. So they want to put a Pepsi commercial in your fucking sports game. They want to put a Nike commercial in your fucking football game. They want to put a fucking Trojan fucking condom advertisement on the I'm gonna fuck your wife, or my wife's boyfriend is coming over to fuck my wife simulator. Like, bro, this is how they see you. It's not enough to just fucking make a game and make sure that it's high quality so that gamers love it and they want to buy the expansion and whatever else that comes with it. It's now how can we fucking fuck over our fans for profit? Hey, let's kill physical games, digital only. We'll throw advertisements in that motherfucker and watch the money come in, baby. But hey, physical's better. Or digital's better, right? And then last game that I want to talk to you guys about real quick is new Saber executive reportedly gives statement on Knights of the Old Republic remake. So I know, dude. Oh my god, you fucking yelled right in my ear. You fucking.
Sorry. I've been waiting for that.
So this is awesome news. Basically, it's still where last thing that we knew about it, right? They were still working on it, and they're still working on it. So that's good. It means the game didn't get canceled. The game didn't get, axed. It's still being worked on. So hopefully we'll see it in the near future. Hopefully we get it physical before 2028. So all you Knights of the Old Republic fans can actually own a physical copy and keep it in your collection and preserve it for years to come. And then the last thing that I want to bring up for you guys today is just a quick reminder of all the games that are releasing in the next month, because guys, we have a ton, and I want to show you guys. So right here we are July 19th. The recent releases: Moss, the Forgotten Relic, which is taking Moss 1, Moss 2 and making it 3D, so you can play it without VR. I'm got that on my wish list on Steam. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I pull the trigger on that. But we also have Final Fantasy X X2 coming out, HD remaster for the Switch. Splatoon Raiders. I actually have this pre-ordered. That should get here Thursday, which is the same day that Halo Collector's Edition comes out, or if you paid for the premium edition. So this Thursday is when you'll be able to play it or buy it. You also get Xenoblade Chronicles Switch 2 version that comes out July 30th. But August, August is when the heavy shit comes out. We have Beast of Reincarnation right away, August 4th. Marvel Tocom, August 6th. Lies of Peace Complete Edition. So everything on there. Remember, guys, we don't get many complete editions anymore. August 6th. Elder Scroll 4 Oblivion complete on the cart. August 11th for the Switch 2. Remember that the PS5 version, the Xbox version of this game did not get a complete in-disc version. So I pre-ordered the Switch 2 version because I'd rather have it playable completely on cart than the shit that we got coaster for the PS5 Xbox. Grounded 2 for the PS5 is also releasing. That one I believe is all digital only, but keep an eye out because Limited Run Games did do a physical print of Grounded of the first one. So maybe they'll do another print for Grounded 2 later on. Dusk Fade, which is the game that we spoke about recently, that's August 13th. If they do well enough, they'll do a physical of that one. Hell Let Loose Vietnam for all you live service guys out there. The Sinking City 2, that is a nice little AA title. It's super interesting. If you haven't heard about it, check the trailer out. I think you'll be surprised. Mortal Shell 2, we just spoke about August 20th. The standard edition is still available, but the deluxe edition is sold out. There may or may not be more. We'll have to wait and see for more news. Brigandine Abyss. So this is an interesting one. August 26th does have a physical copy. Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2. Plex Tale Legacy Resonance, August 27th. Star Wars Zero Company, August 27th. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition for the Switch 2, August 28th. And Captain Tsubasa 2 World Fighter. I actually bought Captain Tsubasa 1 for the PS4. Shitty part is the shipper hasn't shipped it yet. I'm pissed because this isn't like a regular soccer game. It's actually a story anime type of thing. And I love those type of games, those type of sports games. Then September, man. September's the heaviest month of the year, guys. This is the one where you need to prepare yourself. Blood of Dawnwalker, September 3rd. Bio Eden, September 3rd. Orbital, September 3rd, which I have pre-ordered. Can't wait for that one. Onimusha, Way of the Sword. I have Steelbox Edition or Steelbook Edition pre-ordered. That's September 4th. So mind you, just all those games that I mentioned, that's September 3rd and September 4th. That's just the 2 days. Halloween the Game, September 8th. Valheim 1.0 release, September 9th. Marvel Wolverine, September 15th. RuneScape Dragon Wild, September 15th. Trails in the Sky, the second chapter, September 17th. I don't have that pre-order, but I will begin it eventually because I got the first chapter. Warhammer 40K Dawn of War 4. Fire Emblem Fortune Weave for all my turn-based players, September 17th. Lego Batman dropping on the Switch. It's already available on everything else. Dune Awakening, a game that I spent so many years waiting for, is finally dropping on the PS5 September 22nd. Already available on Steam, and it has been. Windrunners, September 23rd. Dragon Quest 11, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Switch 2 edition, September 24th. Silent Hill Townfall, September 24th. Control Resonant, September 24th. Harvest Moon, September 24th. Hot Wheels, September 24th. And finally, Minecraft Dungeons 2, September 29th. So, September is a crazy month, but October doesn't get better. End of Abyss, October 1st. Rayman Legends, October 1st. Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, October 1st. Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, October 1st. Ace Combat 8, which I got pre-ordered, the Collector's Edition, October 2nd. First 2 days in October, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major games coming. Gears of War E-Day, October 6th. Star Wars Galactic Racer, October 6th. Hellraiser Revival, October 8th. I got the collector's edition pre-order for that as of a year and a half ago. Long ass time ago. Kingdom Hearts Collection. Remember, if you bought Kingdom Hearts, the Switch 1 version, you have till June 2027 because that's when they're taking it away. They're not giving you a refund back, okay? They're just taking it away. Hey, digital's the best, ain't it? Why are they doing that? Because they want you to buy the Switch 2 version. And if you don't have the Switch 2, well, you're not going to play Kingdom Hearts at all, even if you paid for it. Isn't that amazing? Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen. By the way, they're doing a re-release of Dragon's Dogma 2 with the Dark Arisen expansion. But do not count on the expansion being on the actual disc. It will probably just be a code. At least that's the information that we have now. So don't go trade your copy in and then buying this one because you're just buying the same shit, except that you get a code for the expansion. Valor Mortis, Castlevania Belmont's Course, Tales of Eternia, Final Fantasy Resonance, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Phantom Blade Zero, Wielders of Essence, Metaphor ReFantazio for the Switch 2, and GTA 6 in November. So a lot of gaming coming up in the next couple months, man. Nelson, anything that you have as a must play? Well, Nelson's not available, so
Oh, I was on mute. I said I don't have must plays anymore. My must plays are whatever I find on Facebook Marketplace.
there you go. Yeah, I do have a couple must plays. I got a whole bunch of shit pre-ordered. I got Persona 4 pre-ordered, Tomb Raider pre-ordered, Onimusha pre-ordered, Ace Combat 8 Collector's Edition pre-ordered. I got Control Resonance pre-ordered. I got so much shit pre-ordered, guys. Not even including.
Oh, I got Splatoon Raiders coming in. I lied. I will still buy Nintendo games.
Yeah, I got Orbitals pre-ordered. That game looks so fucking cool to me, bro. Oh my goodness. Orbitals look so fire. I got that pre-ordered. I got Splatoon pre-ordered as well. I'm actually super excited in Splatoon because it's actually like a single player narrative type of game, which I don't think I think Splatoon
You got both, yeah.
but it's both. But I know that the main call to those games are the multiplayer. But check this Orbitals game out, guys. Here, we'll even play the...
Are you talking to me?
It's a platformer, but it's got such a cool art style. And if you pre-ordered on the Switch 2, which is only available on the Switch 2 exclusive, you will pay the same price as if you were buying the game digitally. So you save yourself $10 because you guys, if you don't know this, buying a physical version of a Switch 2 game, you pay $10 more versus digital. Right now, Amazon is doing it where if you pre-order it, you'll pay the same price. But yeah, man, this whole anime art style shit, yeah, I can't wait for this. But that is our show for the evening. Nelson, anything else you want to let the people know before we take off?
Not really. Splatoon comes on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, which is the same day that I will hopefully have access to my Halo Collector's Edition. Hopefully, we will see. But stay tuned because if they allow it, stay tuned because me and the boys are going to be streaming that game on the Just Playing live stream on Tuesdays. So we're going to try to beat the campaign. It's up to a 4-player online co-op. So yeah, it should be a good time. But once again, thank you guys so much for showing up on this beautiful Sunday evening. I hope you guys are ready and prepared for the upcoming work week. At least I think I am. And once again, thank you for supporting the channel, subscribing, commenting, liking. I mean, we're at 6,200 subscribers, which is amazing. It's, crazy. And also, the Will Play With No Internet Halo is over 16,000 views in less than 24 hours. In about 30 minutes, it will be the full 24 hours that video's been out, and it's already at that many views. So thank you so much for your support. And hit the like on this video. Comment.
Hey, you gotta at least say the boss battles in Mouse PI are fucking great, though.
Oh yeah, the boss are the game is good. It's just those little things that I'm complaining about. That's it. I'm not complaining about that the game sucks. I'm just saying
I'm
that
fighting the Betty Boop chick right now. This fucking fight's amazing.
yeah, no, the game is fire. It's just a couple of those things that I didn't like. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We'll catch you guys next week. Otherwise, we'll see you guys daily for our videos that drop. And if you want to become a member, get access to all that shit and binge watch it, hit that membership button. Otherwise,